This text, not going to lie, triggered me. It's not that hard to do, people. You can put an insult in there, or you can actually lay out a point that's well-founded. A text. Have a point of view, Mr. French homie. Stand for something. You have no tent post. Nothing. No solution, Paul. You sound like Willy Wonka. Remember, never good enough. You are still an impossible query with no answer in sight, like the single woman who is 5 steps ahead of you, Paul. What's your solution, Mr. G? Questions galore, not an answer anywhere. I really do feel like I was just being talked to by condescending Wonka, the meme. The solution is staring the Seahawks right in the face. It's let this thing play out. It's let the offensive line slowly continue to develop. And guess what? There might be options in free agency that they can bring in. I am sure that regardless of what Russ said, that they were going to think about it. Do you really think that they were going to go into this offseason and not address it at all? And I know people are going to say, oh, well, look at the history. The history is they have gone after guys in free agency. They have gone after guys in the draft on the offensive line. I think it was from 2010 to 2016, they drafted 16 offensive linemen total. I wrote it from Bob Condotta in the Seattle Times. Like they've addressed the position heavily. And Russ is like, oh, well, it needs to be better. They're trying. They're still going to try. If they want to win by hammering the rock, guess what? They also need to be better in the trenches against teams that have Aaron Donald, that have Nick Bosa, that have Solomon Thomas, that have Chandler Jones. The list goes on and on and on. Russ is acting like they're not going to try to fix it. Like they're not going to try to improve it. And I don't get why. I really don't. Yes, it hasn't worked out so well over the years as far as you getting hit a lot. You're part of that problem, and you're providing no solution other than this needs to stop. They've been trying to make it stop. You play a small part in that. The scheme is going to play a part in that. That's why Shane Waldron's aboard, whether you like him or not. And now I'm starting to think that he's not that thrilled with the Shane Waldron hire. If you put 2 and 2 together, you hear his interview with Colin Cowherd. Oh, well, we got to make sure that we're not being passive. And then you think about the tweet that Corbin Smith put out there, which is that there are some that say that Russ was a little bit lukewarm on the candidates at coordinator that were rolled through the building. Honestly, I don't blame him, seeing as one of them was Adam Gase. But at the end of the day, you have Shane Waldron, a guy from the Rams system, an offense that has, I think, maximized the talents of the receivers in that room. We spoke with him. I feel good about him. I'm optimistic. Maybe I'm naive. But I do think that there is a process in place to improving this offense and improving this offensive line. And Russ, in saying what he is saying, is acting like there is no progress at all. I'm the victim. Please save me. And that part of it is what rubs me the wrong way. It's what rubs a lot of you the wrong way. And by the way, I'm not saying don't speak up for things that you have an issue with. But if you're going to speak up, have a solution, and also don't throw teammates under the bus, which is what you did with those offensive linemen. And I hope that you fixed that situation. I'm sure that he did, in fact, because I feel like if you're sitting with something like this, it's going to make people wonder what's really going through your head. And then all of a sudden, do you want to lose the trust of those guys in front of you? The guys who are trying to, as it is, keep you from getting killed? No, you don't want that. So that's how I'm feeling, at least right now. And these two parties are going to come back together. The big thing that I really want to get across, and I've seen this. I mean, I've seen it from my friend Nick Wright on First Things First on Fox Sports 1. I've seen it from Dan Patrick. I've seen it from enough talking heads where I'm like, okay, what the hell am I missing? Where I consistently am seeing these people that are saying, oh, this situation is untenable and it's going to end. No, it's not. No one's getting traded. No one's getting traded. And I think that's the most frustrating part about this. Russ brings this up. Okay, the Seahawks are probably saying to themselves, they're going to try to move forward. What's Russ going to do? Russ is going to sit out games? As a texter pointed out, this dude is obsessed with the consecutive start streak. That's a great point. I mean, this is a guy who wants to play every single game that he can because of his legacy. But he's talking about his legacy. Oh, well, this affects my legacy. It affects everybody else's legacy, dude. It does. See, this is how you get down the rabbit hole of understanding why some of those ex-Seahawks feel the way that they did about Russ. And I never felt that way, honestly, until like the last week. Seriously. This is the first time where I've ever been like, oh, okay, I get it. I kind of get it. Don't throw teammates under the bus. If you're going to do it behind closed doors and actually offer a solution.